The other day I was driving through the neighborhood when I spotted an old TV in someone's driveway. The TV looked like it was from the 80s. It had those wooden side panels and the little knobs on the side. On the front of the TV was a sign that read, "Please take." I had always loved old electronics. I thought they were so cool and simple. Not like the things we have today. I parked my car on the side of the road, hopped out, grabbed the TV, and loaded it into the trunk of my car. As I was driving away, I noticed an old woman staring at me through the window of the house I had just gotten the TV from. I waved at her, but she didn't move an inch. She just sat there staring at me as I drove away. When I arrived home, I immediately hooked the old TV up in my bedroom and turned it on. Nothing but static and white noise. I don't know what I was expecting. This TV looked like it was at least 20 years old. There's no way it would pick up any channels. Slightly disappointed, I left the TV alone and went on with my day. When night finally approached, I climbed into bed and quickly fell asleep. I woke up at around 2:30 a.m. to the sound of white noise filling my bedroom. Disoriented and half asleep, I climbed out of bed and walked over to the old TV in the front of my room. The TV was blaring that staticky white noise. I hit the power button on the side, but nothing happened. I hit it again, nothing. The sound was getting louder and it was starting hurting my ears. I reached behind the TV and unplugged it from the outlet in the wall. Still nothing. The sound just got louder. "What the fuck is up with this TV?" I whispered to myself. I hit the top of the TV with my fist, and suddenly the noise stopped and the screen changed. The screen showed my room, like there was a camera in the corner of my room watching me. On the screen, I was laying in my bed, fast asleep. I looked up to the corner of my room where it looked like the camera was located, but there was nothing there. Just a white wall. I looked back to the screen and now I was standing in the front of my room. I stood there for about 10 minutes until I finally walked out of my room and into the living room. The way I was walking looked unnatural, like I had just learned how to walk or something. As soon as I left the room, the channel changed. This time the screen showed my living room. I came out of my room and was walking through the living room towards the kitchen. When I passed out the kitchen door, the channel changed again. This time, the screen showed the kitchen. I stumbled into the kitchen, went over to the kitchen table, pulled out a chair and sat down. I sat there for a moment, just staring ahead, not moving or saying anything. All of a sudden, I started bashing my head into the kitchen table, over and over and over again. This continued for about 10 minutes. Each time my head and face would become bloodier and bloodier. Blood was splattering and flying all over the kitchen. I just sat there watching all of this happening with a horrified expression on my face, too afraid to even move. Then, just as sudden as it happened, I stopped. My entire head was caked in blood. I couldn't even see my face anymore. I rose from the kitchen table, pushed in the chair, and calmly walked back out of the kitchen and into my bedroom as if nothing had happened. As soon as I laid down in my bed, the screen went black. I sat on the end of my bed, staring at the black TV screen in shock for what felt like hours. What the fuck? I finally managed to get out. I'm a full-grown man, but at that moment I felt like a terrified 10-year-old. I grabbed the TV, took it to the front of my house, and placed it in my driveway. I went back inside, came back out, and placed a sign on the front of the TV. "Please take."